तेजमामृधा स्वाहा मगे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनं पूर्वार्गमिषबन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षेजमामृधा स्वाहा। ओम ज्ञानाम्बिकायै विद्महे महातपायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदंष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारे त्रिपुरान्तकारी भानुस्सि भूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनिराहुकेतवः सर्वे ग्रहाः शान्तिकरा भवन्तु स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। सुकृति संयोज्य शोभनार्थे क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय जाम परिक्रमां कुर्यात्। ओम ज्ञानि तानि च पापानि जन्मान्तर्गतानि च कानिचानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे अन्यथा ब्रह्मणास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम।
कृष्ण पापनाशाय
श्री वृंदावन धाम अपार रटे जा राधे 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 राधे। वृंदावन धाम अपार रटे जा राधे राधे। जिन वृंदावन में आयो और राधा नाम न गायो वाको जीवन को धिक्कार। जी राधे जा राधे 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 राधे। श्री वृंदावन धाम अपार रटे जा राधे राधे। श्री राधे जी अलबेली रासेश्वरी प्रिया सहेली राधे सब वेदन को सार रटे जा राधे 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 राधे। श्री वृंदावन धाम अपार रटे जा राधे राधे। श्री राधा नाम न हो तो रसराज बेचारो रो तो नहीं लेते कृष्ण।
Wait, let me see. F. Yeah, do it. It's, I'm okay, see it. Keep on playing, keep on playing. Play back. Do it back, do it back. Continue. Continue. Good.
Hello, hello, hello. Is it good?
No, not working. Not working. Use the mic. What are you doing?
Hello, hello. You can you hear me? It's not loud enough.
It's not loud enough.
What? I don't know who troubled it. Who troubled it all the time? Hello, hello.
Yeah, the whole volume is down.
Hello, hello,
The whole thing is not on. Nothing
hello,
is on.
hello.
Yeah.
Oh, we welcome you this morning to our broadcast. Today we pray for those children in Texas who are mercilessly murdered by just one of these other mass shootings in the United States. Everyone is tired about this shooting. Everyone is tired about waiting for the silence, etc., that we keep, which is so unnecessary. So in our prayers this morning, our hearts go to those children, and we ask Bhagwan, wherever he is, to please give courage and strength to all this disaster that is occurring in this world. Can we put on the fan, or do I have to ask for that too?
Yeah, this one.
We have two fans. We should put them on so that everybody can get some air, because no one is here to put on the air conditioning. So we just have to punish the heat. Oh. Asangoham, 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 Punah Punah, Satchidanandarupoham, Ahameva Hamavyayaham. असंगोहं पुनः पुनः
असंगोहं 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 पुनः पुनः
सच्चिदानन्दरूपोऽहं
सच्चिदानन्द रूपोऽहम्
अहमेवाहमव्ययः
हवमेवाहमव्ययम्
I am not this body, I am not these organs, I am only consciousness. Prabhu, let me melt into you this beautiful morning, and at least while we are here, make myself and yourself one. धर्मनिष्ठोऽस्मि न चात्मवेदे न भक्तिमात्मा चरणारविन्दे अकिञ्च अनन्य गति शरण्य त्वत्पादमूलं शरणं प्रपद्ये. O Prabhu, I surrender at your feet this beautiful morning. I know no dharma, I know no meditation, I am helpless, I am all relying on you. Please listen to my prayer this morning. Akincha Ananya Gati Sharanya Gatpadamulam Sharanam Prapadya. Let us surrender to our Guru. कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे खबर करो अपना तन के गुरु सूर्य है चंद गुरु है गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश गुरु गुरु फूल है, चंद गुरु है,
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश,
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद गुरु है,
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है,
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश,
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश, गुरु के
Can you have the violin up a little bit, please? Those who, I don't know who's controlling the sound, but can you have the violin up a little bit? I'm sure you can hear that. The violin is down. शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं एकवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगी हृदय ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश,
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु,
सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु,
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु,
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु।
गुरु सूर्य
है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश,
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। बोलिए
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
बोलो जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय 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 राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। सब आया एक ही घाट से, उतरा एक ही बार। सब आया एक ही घाट से, उतरा एक ही बार। बीच में दुविधा पड़ गए, हो गए 12 बार। सब आया एक घाट से, उतरा एक ही बार। सब आया
एक घाट से उतरा एक ही बार।
बीच में दुविधा पड़ गए, हो गए 12 बार।
बीच में दुविधा पड़ गई, हो गई 12 बार।
हो गए 12 बार, हो गए 12 बार। घाटे पानी सब भरे, अवगत भरे न कोई। घाटे पानी अवगत घाट कबीर का, भरे सो निर्बल हो। घाटे पानी सब भरे, अवगत भरे न कोई।
घाटे पानी सब भरे, अवगत भरे न कोई।
अवगत घाट कबीर का, भरे सो निर्मल हो।
अवगत घाट कबीर का, भरे सो निर्मल होय।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, कहाँ आया कहाँ जाओगे। कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे। कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की।
कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बताए, खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की।
कोई सब मिले तो मिले, बताए अंदर खिड़की।
ओ कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे, खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की। कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खोर करो अपने तन की।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की।
कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे, खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की।
कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे, खुल आवे अंदर की।
सब आया एक ही घाट में, सब आया एक ही घाट में, उतरा एक ही बात। सब आया एक ही घाट से, उतरा एक ही बात। बीच में दुविधा पड़ गए, हो गए 12 बार।
बीच में दुविधा पड़ गई, हो गई 12 बार।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की।
खबर करो अपने तन की।
बताइए। So, these duhas that I'm saying is all philosophical duha. कहाँ से आया, कहाँ जाओगे, where have you come from? Where are you going to go? खबर करो अपना तन की, find out you yourself. सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे. If you get a Sadguru, if you have a spiritual person, Sadguru भेद बतावे. सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे, खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की. When the Sadguru comes to you, Khidki means window. Under, under, the inside window will open up. Then you will know who you are. We come into this world, we do all sorts of things. Look at the crime that has been done in the States. Look at the crime that is being done in Ukraine. Look at the crime that is done all over the world in so many places, so many shootings, so much carjacking, so many, everything is going wrong. What is happening to this world? What is happening to this world is what has been said. What has been said by people, spiritual people all over this world. You know, they are, a research was done. A research was done about 500 personalities who has done a lot of good things in this world, and they all had these common things, common qualities which I am going to tell you about. Because they all know these things. Kaha se aaya, kaha jaoge, khabar karo apne tan ki. They all knew in themselves where they have come from and where they are going to go. They find it out within themselves, and because they found it out within themselves, these qualities which I'm going to tell you about is something that we must have in this, especially in today's world. This research was done about 500 people like these. They were industrialists, like Ford, industrialists like Ford. They were social reformers, like who? Like Mahatma Gandhi, like Martin Luther King. They were researchers like these, social reformers like these. That also, there was artists like who? Like Picasso, Michelangelo. There were sports people like who? Like Pelé, and all these people. They all had these qualities. And they were spiritualists like Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, Paramahansa. The great gurus of the past. They all had this. You know what they had? Was a passion for whatever they are doing, whatever they undertake to do. There was such a passion that they have that they will never lose energy in the efforts that they are undertaking. When you do not have passion for anything that you are doing, please listen to me carefully. When you do not have passion for anything that you are doing, you become tired of it. You become bored of it. Oh, when will this lecture finish? Oh, what's the time? Oh my God, so much long time I have. You're so bored. Why? You do not have the passion for it. And when you do not have the, so these people, like Gandhi's, like Ford, do you know the gentleman who invited electricity? Anybody know his name? Huh? What? Edison. He had 1,000 experiments, and all those experiments were wrong. And someone asked him, so many wrong experiments you had, and you still continue? You know what he said? They were not wrong experiments. They were mistakes that I have learned by. Every time I do a mistake happen, I look at the mistake and I learn by it. This is the passion that we must have. When we have this passion, when we can have this kind of determination, no one can tell you you cannot do it. No one can tell you, you know what, I can't do it. Because you have that determination. You have that faith. And people who have those passions, what they do, to help them on their work, you see, you can't keep that work within yourself alone. You have to give out that work to the world, and therefore you have to communicate. They had the mastery of communication. Look, today, no one would have known Ramakrishna Paramahansa had it not been for who? Swami Vivekananda. What Swami Vivekananda had, he had that oratorical skill. And because he can give that oratorical skill about his guru, Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa, then he became known. So when we do our work and when we want to advance in life, we must have a passion for what we're doing. If you are praying, if you are going to your temple and you are praying, you have to have that passion for it. If you don't have that passion for it, you know what it becomes? It becomes a labor. It becomes a burden. Not only a passion you must have an enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, I said so yesterday at a fundraiser. Enthusiasm is a Greek derivative word, and it means to be in touch with God. When you have an enthusiasm for anything you are doing, so many people tell you, oh, I don't think you can do it. But when you have that enthusiasm, and when that enthusiasm is for the benefit of not yourself, not your family, but for the outside world, for people who needs to be helped or to be guided or to be led, that enthusiasm comes to you, and then the divine energy flows through you. You don't need any symbols. You don't need any murtis. You don't need any puja. Once that that enthusiasm comes because of puja. Not because you don't need it. That enthusiasm comes from puja. That divine energy that flows through you. And when it flows through you, it gets to you and it gives you that power to work. And then you can become creative. Look at Michelangelo. I don't know how many of you have been to the 16th chapel in Rome, in the Vatican. There you see the creativity of Michelangelo. Why? Michelangelo was on his back while he painted the 16th chapel. So these type of things do not come overnight. I just want to remind you, we can all be Michelangelo. We can all be Picasso. We can all be Gandhis. We can all be Martin Luther King. You must have that enthusiasm. And when you have that enthusiasm, then you don't have to find out. Sab aaya ek hi ghat mein, utara ek hi baat. Sab aaya hi baat se, utara ek hi baat. बीच में दुविधा पड़ गए, हो गए बार बार। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई। सुख में सुमिरन सब करे,
सुख में करे न कोई।
जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, दुख काहे को होय। जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, दुख काहे को होय। सो जाएंगे, आए हैं सो जाएंगे, राजा रंग फकीर। आए हैं सो जाएंगे, राजा रंग फकीर। कोई सिंहासन चढ़ी चले, कोई बंधे जंजीर।
कोई सिंहासन चढ़ी चढ़े, कोई बांधे जंजीर।
मानुष जन्म दुर्लभ है, मिले न बारंबार।
मानुष जन्म दुर्लभ है, मिले न बारंबार।
मानुष जन्म दुर्लभ है, मिले न बारंबार, मन का फल जो गिर पड़ा बहु लागे तार। कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की। कहो सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बताए, खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की।
सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे, खुल जाए अंतर खिड़की।
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की। कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे, खबर करो अपने तन की। कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे, खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की। And so, for us to get that enthusiasm, we have to be in satsang, where our spirit can be elevated. That enthusiasm does not come like this. Some people are born with it. Some people have to work for it. It depends upon what you were before, what vasanas you have come with, and that enthusiasm will come. And for you to do work like these, like I told you about the research that has been done on these 500 people, they were good team builders. For you to do any good work, not even at home, you should be a team builder. Team builder means that you get people, one person cannot do it. Last night people were saying, Dr. Dubey, with regards to the dialysis clinic. It's not Dr. Dubey, it's the whole team, all of you, everybody. But when Dr. Dubey thinks that he's the only one who has caused this whole thing to happen, then there's a problem. बड़े भये तो क्या भये, बड़े भये तो क्या भये, जैसे पेड़ खजूर। बड़े भये तो क्या भये, जैसे पेड़ खजूर। पंछी को छाया नहीं, फल लगा अति दूर। पंछी को छाया नहीं, फल लगा अति दूर। आया यही घाट में, जब आया एक ही घाट में, all of us have come to the one pond. All of us have come to that one river. सब आया एक ही घाट में, उतरा एक ही बात। सब आया यही घाट में, उतरा एक ही बात। बीच में दुविधा पड़ गई बारंबार। सब आया एक ही घाट से, उतरा एक ही बात। बीच में दुविधा पड़ गए, हो गए बारह बार। All of us come to that same heart. But some of us, we have a vessel that is clean. Some of us, vessel is a pot, a ghadi, a ghada. Some of us have a pot, that pot is not clean. Some of us have a clean pot. Some of us dip the same water, all of us dip. The water is one. But so many of us come and dip from the same water, and each of us use the water in different purposes. This is what life is. The Lord is one. We fight about it. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Sai, Christian. We all fight. But what? The Lord is one. And what we must have, one of the 7 things that, if we go back on that 7 points, one of them is faith. So what I told you about, you have to have that passion for something that you are doing. Remember I told you that? And when you have passion, you are never tired of it, no matter what you're doing. if it's just cleaning your home, cleaning wherever, you have to have a passion for what? I would like to see my place clean. The work is hard. It's a lot of work. But if you have that passion that I must see this place clean and pure, no one can stop you from doing it. Passion you must have. You must empower others to help you. You must have a team around you. You must be enthusiastic. And the other thing you must have is what? Faith. All these people had faith. Greater than the musician is the music. You understand what I'm saying here? Greater than the musician is the music. The musician knows that I am not that great. There's someone else who has caused me to be great. You follow what I'm trying to say? When you feel that yes, it's because of me. No. It is not because of you. When you see that you are, how the musician feels that what? That he is not greater than the music. The mathematician does not feel that he's greater than the problems. You must always feel that you are able to do any of these things. You must have that power and that faith. Have value system. Value system. When you have value system and you value things according to what it is, and you have your own values, and you put your values into, but when we have no values, when we are valueless, then we do things the wrong way. You see, you may say Hitler was a bad man, but that was his value. That was his value. And because he had that kind of value, and he was so empowered by his faith and value, so many people followed him. I am not, please remember what I'm saying here. I am not saying his value system is in accordance with everything that is good, because lots of wrong things happen when he put his value system in place. So many people, but he had a value system. Osama bin Laden, he had a value system too. All these, Mussolini, they had value system. But their values were the wrong way. But when you have value system like Gandhiji, value system like Martin Luther King, and when we have faith in these people, then when we have that faith will bring us to a place where we will always thrive and be prosperous. We make that promise within ourselves. You have to make a promise within yourself. I am going to follow these tenets. I am going to be passionate about what I am doing. No one will tell me I cannot do it. I am going to be passionate about what I am doing. I am going to build a team around me. I promise myself, जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा.
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा.
रोके जमाना चाहे रोके खुदाए तुमको आना पड़ेगा.
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा, निभाना पड़ेगा.
You see the meaning on the board. जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा. रोके जमाना चाहे रोके खुदाए तुमको
आना पड़ेगा. ने आवाज दी है,
मोहब्बत की राहों ने आवाज दी है। जा दे खया जा दे, आधा छोड़ो तरसाना तुमको आना पड़ेगा।
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा, निभाना पड़ेगा।
तरसते निगाहों ने आवाज दी है। My thirsty eyes have called for you. मोहब्बत की राहों ने आवाज दी है। जा दे खया जा दे अदा, छोड़ो तरसाना तुमको
आना पड़ेगा। जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा, निभाना पड़ेगा।
ये माना हमें जाने से पड़ेगा, पर ये समझ जो तुमने जब भी पुकारा, हमको आना पड़ेगा। जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा।
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा, निभाना पड़ेगा।
So we must have that complete faith in the Lord. Complete faith where we ask Him that सब आया है की घात में उतरा एक ही बात, बीच में दुविधा पड़ेगा ये बार ही बार। अरे भाई आप सो गए? Okay, so Parvati was tested by these saints and sages. She had such faith. When a musician does not follow what you're doing, it's difficult. So she had such faith in the Lord. Faith I'm talking about. The Devas decided to test her faith. So they went to her. And they said, it is Chopai's beautiful Chopai.
Sri Ram
Tehi avarada hoka tum chaho, hum sadasa jamaram ke narkaho.
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
कहता बरमो रामा, कहता बरमो मनो अति सकुचाये, हसहे हो सुन मारे जड़ताये।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
तुम किसकी आराधना करती हो और क्या चाहती हो? The rishis ask her, who are you praying to? And what do you want? और हमसे सब सच्चा भेद क्यों नहीं कहते? Why don't you tell us the truth? पार्वती ने कहा, मन का भेद कहते बहुत संकोच होता है। I feel very shy in telling you who I am praying to, what I am praying for, क्योंकि आप लोग मेरी मूर्खता सुनकर हंसेंगे. Because you will think, if I tell you I'm praying to get to Lord Shiva, you will laugh at me. You will tell me that, all these bad things about it. So I don't want to tell you. But this beautiful chopai this was called firm faith. Remember what I told you about the 500 people that research were done on? One of them was faith. When you have faith, you have to have faith in what you're doing. Others will tell you, you can't do it. You know when they tell you that, you know what that should do for you? That should give you the drive to show them that you can do it. Yesterday they were talking at the Peace Park at the fundraising project that when I went to the nephrologist at McMaster and asked them to help me with a dialysis program in Guyana, 2010, 2009. You know what they told me? You cannot do it. You don't know this business. You are a cardiovascular surgeon. What do you know about kidneys? You out. You can't do it. Forget about it. You know what I told them? What I told them? You know what Trudeau was asked in Montreal, when they were when those ambassadors and so were killed. And they said, you can't do this. You know what he said? I'm going to
Do it.
I'm going to show you. Those were not the exact words, but he said, watch me. So I told the nephrologist, watch me. Why? I knew nothing about dialysis. That was not part of my training. But I went home, and it was done. You have to have faith. So they asked Parvati, you think you can get to Lord Shiva? And this beautiful chopai,
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Manohata Para Sunaya Sikhawa Manohata Para Sunaya Sikhawa Jahata Pare Para Bhete Uthawa Jahata Pare Para Bhete Uthawa.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
नारद कहा सत्य सोई जाना नारद कहा सत्य सोई जाना बिनु पंखन हम चढ़े उड़ाना बिनु पंखन हम चढ़े उड़ाना. बिनु सतसंग विवेक न होई
बिनु सतसंग विवेक न होई
राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई
राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय रामा श्री राम जय
जय जय राम
ओ श्री राम जय राम
मेरा मन हठ में पड़ा हुआ है हठ में पड़ा हुआ है Parvati says my mind is so stubborn that there's no more stubbornness than my mind और जिसके वश वह किसी का सिखाया नहीं मानता और what my mind seeks no advice from anyone when you have faith does not come by just reading Gita by itself or reading Ramayana or wearing mala around your neck put chandan upon you wearing mala putting chandan upon your head that doesn't give you faith mala mudra tilak chapa tirat baratraha ataki mala mudra tilak chapa tirat baratraha ataki गावे बजावे लोग जावे खबर रहे अपने तर के गावे बजावे लोग जावे खबर रहे अपने तर के माला मुद्रा तिलक छापा माला मुद्रा तिलक छापा तीरथ पद सहायत की not because you wear mala not because you wear chandan you have to go to all these places of pilgrimage गावे बजावे लोग जावे गावे बजावे लोग जावे खबर नहीं अपने तन के
गावे बजावे लोग जावे खबर नहीं अपने तन की
कहाँ से आया कहाँ से गाया कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे खबर करो अपने तर के कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे खबर करो अपने तर के सदगुरु तो सोई बतावे खुल जावे अंतर खिड़के माला मुद्रा तिलक छापा तीरथ पर रहा अटकी माला मुद्रा तिलक छापा तीरथ पर रहा अटकी गावे बजावे लोग जावे गावे गावे लोग जावे खबर नहीं अपने तन के
गावे बजावे लोग जावे खबर नहीं अपने तन की
कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे करो अपने तन के सदगुरु मिले तो जावे खुल गावे अंतर खिड़के So what she said? नारद कहा सत्य सोई जाना बिनु पंख नभ चढ़ रहे उड़ाना. Relying on the truth of Narad's prophecy, Narad told my mother, I'll be marrying a mendicant, a man who has no home, a man who lives in the Samshan, in the cemetery. Rely on his prophecy. बिनु पंख नभ चढ़ रहे उड़ाना. Without wings I will fly. That was beautiful. Without wings, Parvati said to them, although I have no wings, I will fly because I have that faith in Narad's prophecy. For you,
भरोसो दृढ़ न चरण
चरण केरो. भरोसो दृढ़ न 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 चरण केरो. भरोसो दृढ़ हृदयेन चरणन केवो
सूरदास गति अति आंधेरो बिना मूल को
अंधेरो भरोसो. What भरोसा means? Gentleman with the brown shirt. Did I ask you? I know you know Sandhya. I was asking you. I know you know. Sandhya is here, so she wants to know. I didn't recognize her though with her mask on. Varoso dadayena charanana kero.
परोसो दृढ़ेन चरणन के.
I have such faith in my Guru's word. Such faith I have in my Guru's word.
श्री वल्लभ नक
Chandra chata binu.
श्री वल्लभ नित
Chandra chata binu.
बिना मूल को
Dero varoso.
दृढ़ेन चरणन केरो.
It's for us to have a guru. You always ask, is that person a guru? Should I take that person as my guru? Does he have the quality? You know what? When the guru comes, when the guru presents himself to you, you know that's the guru. You don't have to ask. Once you are asking and querying that this person, is he good enough? Is he? No. When you are ready, and when the guru is ready, no one will take you to him or him to you. You just will come out. Sick. Come together. Mala. कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाएंगे कहो रे तलबीर. कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे करो अपने तन की. कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाओगे करो अपने तन की. Ask yourself, where have you come from and where am I going? कहाँ से आया कहाँ जाएंगे सब खबर करो अपने तन की. कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे. कोई सदगुरु मिले तो भेद बतावे. खुल जावे अंतर खिड़की. When a Sadguru comes to you, Veera Hanumana Ati Ballavana Ram Ram Rakhiyane.
वीर हनुमाना अति बलवाना राम नाम रसिया रे. मन बसिया रे. प्रभु मन बसिया रे. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी हो जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी हो जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण
उतरा एक ही बार, सब आया यही घाट में, उतरा एक ही बार, बीच में दुविधा पड़े, गए सो गए भाई बार। सब आया एक ही घाट से, उतरा एक ही बार, सब आया एक ही घाट से। All of us come at one stream. All of us come at one heart, and all of us Dubida. All of us are in this what Dubida is difficulty. बीच में दुविधा पड़ गए, हो गए 12 बार, सब आया एक ही घाट से। This was done specially for you, Sadhya. Sadhya? This was done specially for you. This. So today I will talk about a subject that you don't like to hear about. It's called sugar. You like to hear about sugar? You like to hear about sugar? I would like to talk about sugar today. Anyone who do not have any adult children should not have any sugar in the house. That's one. I mean, if you have children, small children, of course, you have to make tea, etc. But if you do not have small children in your home, you should not have sugar. People come to my home for tea, coffee. My friend came on, he asked, he said, "You want Ram Mohan, doctor?" He said, "You want sugar?" We have no sugar? No sugar? I said, "Buddy, you have to take it just like that. There's no sugar." Why I'm talking about sugar? You have heard that I spoke to you about HbA1c. I mean, I'm sure you all have heard about it. HbA1c. Everybody know that in our bodies we have red blood corpuscle, right? We all know that? Yeah. The red blood corpuscle has something called, a protein called hemoglobin, right? Everybody knows that, right? Yeah. Hemoglobin. You hear, everybody hear about the hemoglobin low, the hemoglobin high, hemoglobin. And in that hemoglobin, there is iron also, which gives it its color. Let's forget about the iron for the time being. I just want to talk about the hemoglobin and the sugar. When you drink sugar, eat sugar, etc., the sugar gets attached to the hemoglobin. Are we okay so far? Yeah. Each red blood corpuscle lives for how many days? 120 days. Each blood corpuscle lasts 120 days, and that is why you must measure your HbA1c every 3 months. You got it? You understand why? Because those blood corpuscles would have... we have to look after our children so they don't disturb anybody, please. And those of our children, please make sure they don't disturb anyone. Is anybody hearing me or no? Where are the volunteers? I suppose there are no volunteers here. There are no volunteers around here, right? Yes. So the hemoglobin the sugar is attached to the hemoglobin. So if your A1C is less than 5%, it's normal. If it is between 5.7 and 6.4, what are you? Pre-diabetic. I'm saying so because there are quite a few people who still don't understand this mechanism. And if it is above 6.4, definite diabetes. Okay? You got it? Now, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because when the hemoglobin is attached to the, when the sugar is attached to the red blood cell, it's called glycation. Glycation. A sugar molecule binds to the collagen. See the sugar molecule going to the hemoglobin? That red thing is the hemoglobin. The sugar is going into it. It's getting attached to it. And the hemoglobin has collagen around it. And next slide. Next slide. This causes the collagen to become brittle. It's no longer supple. You understand? When the sugar goes into the red blood corpuscle, the red blood, this is very important to understand, it becomes brittle, it becomes less elastic, and this causes the skin to age. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that slide. Maybe you see it better on those, this. You see how all those red corpuscles got lumped together? This is caused when sugar is attached to the red corpuscle, it bunches up together. Why am I telling you this? When it bunches up together like this, and it's traveling to the periphery, means to your end of your tips of your fingers, where the capillaries are, you know, there's arteries, and the arteries then divide right down to something called capillaries. You all have heard the word capillaries before, right? Capillaries means just one cell. And that capillary then will join up so that you can take the impure blood or the deoxygenated blood back to the veins. The artery works finish when it comes to the capillary. So when it is clumped up like this, and it goes to the periphery, it blocks the periphery up, and diabetics usually feel tingling sensation in their fingers and in their feet. We have a few diabetics here, if you want, they'll tell you that. They feel tingling sensation, and that tingling sensation goes away when you can get back. See how those red blood cells get clumped up together there? You all see that, how it's clumped up? The sugar is the cause of that. Next slide, please. Next slide. And this goes into your eyes. It causes glaucoma. It causes cataracts. And it causes macular degeneration. We have to look after our children. Excuse me. Can the lady listen to me? No, she has to look after her child. Can you tell her? You have to look after your child. You can't let the child walk and disturb other people, please. You can't do that. I'm sorry. What people are telling you, but you're not listening to them. So I have to talk. Yeah. So that it goes, it blocks up the eyes, and it becomes glaucoma, it becomes cataracts, and you get what is known as macular degeneration. That is why diabetics have problem with their eyes. Next. This is a normal 80 milligram per liter is normal. You see, when you measure your blood sugar can be normal, and yet your A1C can be high. The correct way of measuring your blood sugar, you have to measure your A1C. Next. And you got different values there. You see, if your A1C is 4.5, if your blood sugar is about 80, if your A1C is 5, your blood sugar is 101. If your A1C is 6.4, your blood sugar is 137. So all these values, you take them down. This is what is scientifically proven. Next. When the blood sugar is released in the arteries, sugar goes up, the kidneys get destroyed. And when the kidneys get destroyed, the kidney produces something called erythropoietin. Erythropoietin is responsible for the making of red blood cells. That is why if you see patients who are on dialysis, they have to get erythropoietin to bring their blood hemoglobin up. So the sugar goes to the kidney, decreases the erythropoietin, decreases the red blood cell at the marrows, and then what happens? When the hemoglobin becomes brittle, it destroys what is known as the lining of the blood vessel. The lining of the blood vessel is called intima. Intima. It destroys, it's only one cell thick. It destroys it, goes down inside, and it causes plaque formation. Next slide, please. Your gums get bad. That's it? That's all I give you? Oh. Okay. So that's enough. So you understand why sugar is bad? Sugar is bad because it sticks to the red blood cells. And when it goes to the red blood cells, the red blood cells go to the periphery, that you have seen or you have heard, especially in the countries like where we have come from, like Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, etc. Lot of amputation of legs. Not so much over here because the doctors are on top of it, most of them, but their toes go first, then half of the foot go, then below the knee go, then above the knee goes, and so it goes like that. So what the sugar does, when we eat it, we crave for more because it gives forth dopamine. You know dopamine? Dopamine is a substance which gives you what? Happiness. High. It makes you feel high, like LSD. Look, somebody told me Lucy something in the sky or something. Anyway, so dopamine, when it is derived naturally, it's okay. But when it is dependent upon sugar, sugar does not mean only the brown sugar. Sugar means what? Roti, rice, aloo, dal, all have sugar from carbohydrates. They don't have sugar as such. But Gujaratis, like some of my good Jews here, they put sugar in the Sandhya? We put sugar in there? Huh? Everything. They put it in rice too. So that gives it a dopamine. And when you get that dopamine, the brain is said, you know what? I want more sugar. I want more sugar. But you can get rid of it. It takes 3 days. Do without the sugar. And when you stop eating sugar, you will feel you cannot take any sugary things in your mouth anymore. Yes, sir.
Do you think like a diabetes patient should check the, because you said the teeth, that dental thing. Do they have to,
Take a mask out of that.
do they have to really do the check for the dental because it's covered?
The
Dental
gums.
for the diabetes patient.
Oh yes, gums. They should check for the gums. They get gingivitis. You see, once you have high sugar, infection is very easy because the bacteria goes in. It's a culture for bacteria. That is right. And where you get sugar? You get sugar in honey, rice syrup, and this. Know all those big words. Disaccharide is glucose and fructose. What the polysaccharide is the starch. Is this clear to your pharmacist? You sure? You have no doubt know what I'm saying. Okay. So now we'll have a bhajan and that.
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम 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 प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम 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 पाप कटे दुख मिटे लेके राम नाम पाप
गुफा विच रहन वालिए नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए सारे जग विच चानन तेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए
जय माता दी जय माता दी जय माता दी जय माता दी जय
जोत तेरी दा चानन लेके रोज निकले सवेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए सारे जग विच चानन तेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए जय माता दी जय माता दी
जय माता
माता दी जय देखी माँ तेरी शेर सवारी तू दाती सारा जगत भिखारी
देखी माँ तेरी शेर सवारी तू दाती सारा जगत भिखारी
अंदर जगमग जोत है जगदी पिंडी दे विच डेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए सारे जग विच चानन तेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए
जय माता दी जय माता दी जय माता दी जय माता दी जय
शंकर तेरा ध्यान लगावे ब्रह्मचारे वेद सुनावे
ओ शंकर तेरा ध्यान लगावे ब्रह्मचार्य वेद सुनाए
पहरेदार खलोता दर्द लंगर भी माँ तेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए जग विच चानन तेरा नी गुफा विच रहन वालिए
जय माता दी जय माता दी जय माता दी जय माता दी जय
बोलिए जयकारा शेरा वाली दा
बोल सांचे दरबार की जय
I just got some very disturbing news, disturbing to me especially. We always say when someone is sick and they're disabled, it's better than they die. That death is an easy solution to this. And but when death comes, it's a finality. At least when the person's around and breathing, etc., it's okay. But when death comes, it is such a finality that it does affect you. I just heard that my cousin, Dr. Ramsundar Dubey, just died. We grew up together. I got him into university in Jamaica. He went to do physics, and he told me, halfway through his physics course, I want to do medicine. So I knew as usual, I knew a few people, and we got him into medical school. And he was one of the best doctors Guyana had. He was one of the doctors who was a poor man's brilliant doctor. He has taught so many other doctors. So many other doctors he has taught, and they all speak very well of him. And people will go to him, and if he thinks they're poor, he'll give them back their money to get passage to go back home. But Shiv was here, saw him recently, I saw him recently, and finally, I'm happy that he died. Because it broke my heart to see him. Gita Dhyana.
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणी भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनी
Amba Tvamanasalada Vibhagavat
गीते भवद्वेषिणी
Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe
फुल्लारविन्दायत ताम्रपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीप
प्रपल्लपारिजाताय
स्तोत्रवेत्रे कपालये
ज्ञानबुद्धाय कृष्णाय
गीता अमृत दुहे नमः
सर्वोपनिषदो गावो
दोग्धा गोपाल नंदन
पाठो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता
दुग्धं गीता अमृतं महत्
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंस चाणूरमर्दनम्
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु
भीष्माद्रोणा तथा जया दता जला
गान्धारलीलोत्पलात्
कल्याग्राहवती कृपेण वहने
कर्णेन वेलाकुलात्
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णघोरमकरा
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
ज्योतिर्ना खलु पादवैरनदे
कैवर्तका केशवा
पाराशर्यावचः सरोजममलम्
गीतार्थ गन्धोत्कटम्
नानाख्यातककेसरं हरिकथा
सम्बोधना बोधितम्
लोके सज्जन शतपदैरहरः
प्रीयमानं मुदा
भूयद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिवलम्
हृद्वंसियं श्रेयसे
मूकं करोति वाचालं
बन्धुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुता
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः सागपर प्रभो परशिरैः
गायन्ति यं सामगा
ज्ञानाग्वस्तिरतरगतेन मनसा
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
यशान्तं न विदुः
देवाय तस्मै नमः.
I dedicate that Gita Mahatma to my cousin Sundar and this Gita Shlok to him also, to his Jivatma. Chapter 10, verse 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, aham sarvasya prabhavo, matta sarva pravartate, matta sarva pravartate, iti matva bhajante mam, Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Bhava Samanvita means with great attention. Buddha means the learned. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo.
Bhatta Sarvam Pravartate. Iti Matva Bhajalte Mam. Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Bhagavad Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Manas Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvite. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna that of all the spiritual and material world, they all emanate from me. Everything comes from me. This material world that you see outside comes from me. This spiritual world comes from me. Everything comes from me. You know, we walk in this world ourselves, but Bhagwan is in this world all the time, all over He's there. He's there all over the world. Look at us, see what we're doing, helping us. Whatever the case may be, Bhagwan is forever with us. And He says, Matta sarva pravartate. From me, everything comes out. Bhagavan Krishna says, everything comes out. That is why we should not kill, destroy, hate anything that is a living being. Living being means not only animals, not only insects, plants, the water. You know how much life this water has? The earth. From the earth, so many things come. Yet we destroy it and we destroy it, and then we hold our heads when tornadoes come, when earthquakes come, when hurricane come, when disaster come, because we have forgotten that everything comes from Iti matva bhajante mam. That man who is devoted to me and sing my praises, Buddha bhava samalvita, with knowledge and attention, I will take care of him. Now, I think we will do one Hanuman Chalisa for my cousin who passed away. You know, we grew up in that house. His house was there, my house was there. His father, we call him Chacha. He would go to the high school that I used to go to talk to the teachers, because my father used to wear dhoti and kurta, not that he was but he did not know much English. And my father would not understand what the teachers would tell him. So my cousin's father would go. My cousin's father was my chacha. He tied the first tie on my neck. That is Ramsuda's father. So very close, very, very close. So we dedicate this Hanuman Chalisa to his Jivatma. We dedicate the Gita to him. I was only there a week ago.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान जय हनुमान निज मन मुकुर सुधार बरनो रघुबर विमल जशा जो दायक बल जान जान के सुरावन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहे
हरु कलेश विकार
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुरु सागर
जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर
रामदूत यंत्र बल राम
अंजलि पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी
कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी
कंचन बरण विराज सुवेशा
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा
हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय
काने मूर्छ जनेऊ साजे
सुवन केसरी नंदन
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन
विद्यावान गुणी अति जातो राम काज करिबे को आतो
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
प्रभु चरित सरिबे को रसिया
राम लखन सीता मन बसिया
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंह दिखावा
विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा
भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे
रामचंद्र जी काज सवारे
ऐसे जीवन लखन जियाए
श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए
रघुपत कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत संभाई
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
रघुपति सहस्रवदन करो
अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सत्कार्तिक ब्रह्मादि मुनि नारद सारद सहित अहिसा
जब कुबेर दिखपाल जहाजे
कवि को बिन कह सके कहां से
जब उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना
राम मिला नाच बद्रीनाथ
तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण गाना
लंकेश्वर कई सब जग जाना
युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्योता ही मधु फल जानो हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
प्रभु बोध का मेरे मुख माहे
जल्दी लांगे अक्षर जनाई
दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते
सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे देते
राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे
होत ना क्या बिन पैसारे
सब सफल है तुम्हारी शरणा
तुम रक्षक का हो को डरना
आपन तेज सवारो आपै
तीनों लोक हाँकते कापे
भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
नाशय रोग हरै सब पीरा जमत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे
मंत्र बचन ध्यान जुलावे
नंबर राम तपस कोई राजा
तिनके काज सकल तुम साझा और
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा
हे परिसिद्ध जगत उजियारा
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे
असुर निकलते राम दुलारे
अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता अस्मरणी न जानकी माता
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
राम सायन तुम्हारे पासा
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
अंधकार रघुवर पुर जाए
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई
और देवता क्षेत्र धरे
हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करे
शंकर कटाई पिटाई सब पीरा दोष मिलाई हनुमत बल वीरा हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
ओहो जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई
कृपा करो गुरुदेव गिनाई
जो सतबार पाठ कर कोई
छूटे ही बंदी महासुख होई
जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा
होई सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा
तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा विजय नाथ जय महादेरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसौ सुखो
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम
Before meditation, we put on a film from Victoria Dubé to talk about the marathon. So here's the film.
Dr. Dubé, family and friends, namaste. My name is Dr. Victoria Dubé, and it gives me great pleasure and joy today to launch our marathon fundraising initiative. So first off, let me help you answer a few questions. What is it? It is our charity partnering with the Toronto Waterfront Marathon, which is an amazing event to help keep you active. And we are raising funds for our Guyana dialysis and eye clinics. How can you participate and why should you participate? First off, it's your opportunity to get physically active. It's good for your health, your wellness, your mind, the mind-body-spirit connection. It's also your opportunity to spend time with family and friends outdoors, training for the event in the beautiful spring and summer weather, and maybe even meeting some new people along the way. It's also your opportunity to raise funds to help humanity for a really excellent cause, like saving a life with dialysis or helping someone to regain their vision. So all in all, it's your opportunity to do something for you and others all at the same time. Maybe you're hearing the word marathon and feeling a little bit nervous or skeptical, which is completely normal. I don't want you to be afraid of the word marathon because this is an event that offers a structure or an option for every single person. There's an in-person format on October 16th that includes the following options. There's the full marathon, the 42K run or walk. There's the half marathon, the 21K run or walk. And then there's the 5K run or walk. And I'll be completing the 5K run this year. There's also a virtual option, which is incredible, that takes place anytime between September 16th to October 16th. So that offers a lot of opportunity and flexibility because you can kind of record yourself doing this run over however many days. So for example, you can also participate from any location, including any country. So the virtual options are similar to the in-person. You can do the full marathon, the half marathon, or the 5K. So before I turn it back to Dr. Dubé, I did want to provide just a little bit of a history of how I started half marathons and triathlons and how I've benefited from it. So maybe this was about 10 years ago. I wanted to go back to the gym, and a good friend of mine who made triathlon training plans asked me if I wanted a training plan, and I was like, all right, why not? And before I knew it, I was launched into the world of swimming, biking, and running. And lo and behold, it ended up being one of the most therapeutic things for me. It was sort of a solace for me. It was a way to connect with my mind, my body, my spirit, become so in tune and aware of all the little things going on in my body and how that contributed to my mindset. It also was an incredible opportunity to make some new friends, some of which are still very good friends of mine. And the community in these races is incredible. It's so supportive, you feel a sense of belonging, and you're there doing something wonderful in a shared collective experience. So I really hope that something that I've said today resonates for you and that you'll take the leap and sign up. If you're interested in anything that I've shared with you today, there's a lot more information on the Mandir website, and you can also ask any of your questions to Radharani Rajaram or to Roy Dubé. I'll be back at a later date with some training tips on running, and I'm happy to help support in any way. Thank you so much for your time today, and I'll now turn it back to Dr. Dubé.
Thank you, Victoria. That was very nice presentation. It's an easy way to help the dialysis program in Guyana. You can take a form, and Roy Dubé is here. You can stand up outside, and he can explain to you all outside. You take a form, and you sign up, and you can ask people to sponsor you $5, $10, $20, easy. And each one of us, if we can raise $100, $200, $500, as the case may be, it will help us a long way. Yesterday's program was very successful, I thought. We had projected $100,000. We got much more than $100,000. We got about $120,000. So it was a very good effort, and I would like to thank everybody who supported the program. We are now going to go into meditation, and I dedicate this meditation to my cousins Jivatma, that wherever he is. Sundar was a very proud Hindu. He was a very good individual. Bhagwan, hopefully will bless us all. Prabhuji, Daya karo, Madhave. तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना
लागे सुना,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो।
पूजा नहीं जानू, तंत्र
मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू,
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू,
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू,
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
अब तो आकर बहादुरो,
अब तो आकर बांह धरो।
We go into silence, 2 pranayams, and we go into silence. Thank you. तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय,
असतो मा सत्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय,
मृत्योर्मायमितमगमय।
ओम शांति शांति शांति, ओम शांति शांति शांति।
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
जरा पीड़ मिटाओ
अमृत रस बरसावो ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
जीवन को नित महकाओ
जीवन को नित महकाओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
हर संताप हटाओ
नारायण को हर्षावो ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापदे तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम. Rub your hands together. Let all that energy be kept within you. The more, because meditation is an energy process, and if energy is in the tips of your finger, the tips of your toes. Today's Priti Bhoj is sponsored by Kunal Gidwani and family. We ask Bhagwan to bless them. I think he's here. They are providing all the luncheon for everybody downstairs. You get it in the boxes, I suppose. And what is that? That is the menu?
No.
Doubles. The doubles. Okay. Next. Mental health is health. Free workshop on Thursday, 2nd of June, June 9th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the auditorium downstairs. Dr. Survecha Pasricha is a very, very eminent psychiatrist. And so they have others there, Dr. Ravindram, Dr. George, and Dr. Taiwo. Ramayana Yagna sponsored by the Rabial family, June 10th to Sunday, June 12th. Next. Ekadashi Puja is on Friday, June 10th at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, then after that the Yagna starts. Free Ayurvedic camp, June 12th, July 10th, and August 14th from 12 to 4 p.m. If you were at the dialysis clinic yesterday, you had heard Dr. Verma speaking about it. The Ayurveda is very important. We should try, and the clinic is right here. You don't have to go very far. Purnima and Satyanarayana Katha is on June 14th, but no day is attached to it. As usual. June 14th at 6 p.m. What day?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's a
Tuesday. And Father's Day is on June 19th. And there's a big day on June 24th. We know about that. On June 25th, Guru Anand Swami, Guru Anand Gupta's, Steve Gupta's Guru. He is coming here that morning. So please, so now we are going to, I would like to, Sadhya, there? Oh, I'd like to welcome Sadhya to our program this morning. She's all the way from Michigan, and she tells me she looks at the program every Sunday, or most Sundays at least. And Sadhya has been a very great contributor to our museum, to our temple, to all our efforts. So I don't see Manu here today, but I would like to Where is he?
Back. Please put up your hands here.
Oh, there he is, hiding with Prakash. Okay. So Manu, I would like to welcome you also. Manu is a great source of help to all our efforts here, to the Wall of Peace and everything else. So, hearty welcome to you all. We are going to close now. Anything else you have to say? Okay, Sitaram, Sitaram.
सीताराम 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 कहिए
चाहे बीत राखे राम ताहि बीत रहिए
मुख में हो राम नाम राम से हाथ में
तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ है
विधि का विधान जान हानि लाभ सही
चाहे बीत राखे राम ताहि बीत रहिए किया अभिमान तो फिर मान नहीं पाएगा
वही जो भी राम जी को पाएगा
फल आशा त्याग शुभ काम करते रहिए
चाहे विधि रागी राम चाहे विधि रही
महलों में राखे शाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे ओ जाहि बीति राखे राम ताहि बीति रहिए नाता एक राम जी से दूजा नाता तोड़ दे ओ राम रस
त्याग प्यारे
राम रस कहिए
I would like to dedicate this last tune to Shyam Sundar Sethi, the father of the host people. They passed away, and his funeral is tomorrow morning. Shyam Sundar Sethi, you all know him. He comes on, used to come on Tuesday when we have Hanumanji's puja. So he's going to join his son,
Sanjeev
Sanjeev Sethi, in heaven. So we dedicate this last note to him and Bhagwan. Give me that passion. Shri Radhe Govind Brajavada Shri Radhe
राधे श्री राधे गोविंद भज मन श्री राधे
Oh Shri Radhe Jai Jai Radhe
ओ राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे
Shri Radhe Govind Bhajuman Shri Radhe
ओ राधे श्री राधे गोविंद भज मन श्री राधे 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 राधे
Bhagwana Ati Balavana Ram Ram Rasiya Re Bolo
वीर हनुमाना अति बलवाना राम नाम सिया रे
Prabhu Manavasiya Re
ओ प्रभु मन बसिया रे
Sitaram Jai Sitaram
ओ राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम
Sitaram Jai
ओ
Sitaram
राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम वीर हनुमाना
Ati Balavana Ram Ram Rasiya Re
वीर हनुमाना अति बल पीछे
जल विसर्जन तुम्ही विश्व करता
तुम्ही विश्व ज्योति हो प्राण भरता तुम्ही काल के काल हो शक्तिधारी स्नारो स्वरम वंदना अब हमारी
दया धर्म की बंद ज्योति जगाओ
जीवन पंथ मेरा प्रभु जग बगाओ
हरो पाप मेरा करो भाव भक्ति
मुझे नाथ दो अपनी तुम दिव्य शक्ति
मुझे मोह माया के सागर से तारो
मुझे मोह माया के सागर सितारो
मेरे काम और क्रोध को नाथ मारो
मेरे काम और क्रोध को नाथ मारो अहंकार
अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता
अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता
मेरा कोटि कोटि है बंधन विधाता
मेरा कोटि कोटि हे वंदन विधाता
ओम पार्वती पते हर हर Just before Aarti, I'd like to tell you about one quality of my cousin. He was going to be awarded an honor in Guyana. So, you know, this honor is you get. And he saw another person who was going to be honored at the same time. And he decided, you know what? I don't want any honor. Because he said, give the other people honor. I don't want any honor. He was such a humble man. He was a great teacher. I just got a text from Dr. Narendra Singh, who's a pediatric intensivist over here, and he has a pediatric program in Guyana also. He just said what a great loss it is for Guyana, and how much Guyanese owe to my cousin. So wherever his Jivatma is, may it be blessed. Aarti.
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट जन में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षकुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवा शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री महालक्ष्मी विष्णु भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो अधर्म का नाश हो प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव शंभो शिव।
Okay.